President Akufo-Addo says he will ensure that sanity reigns and the rule of law takes its course in the stronghold of the New Patriotic Party. Violent attacks by the Delta Force Group, an NPP vigilante group on the newly appointed Regional Security Coordinator, received lots of condemnation from the public, with many calling on the president to condemn the actions. When he met the Asantehene Otumfuose II at the beginning of his 3-day tour of the Ashanti region over the weekend, President Akufo-Addo promised to end the violence being perpetrated by the NPP-linked group.
I'm saying, vote a million Kumasi ha. Now I don't remember. It's a seven bad people who said they want to hear mommy so many don't answer papa.
It was unprecedented, the votes I got in the just ended presidential elections. And I thought it wise to come and give thanks to you and your people, and also to inform you about the work we continue to do for the country. The free senior high school policy, for instance, is in the offing and will be rolled out very soon.
Ghana so no. Delta no where going and fata enye fe no. No kwa na esa de kakra. Na no so no ekutem.
However, I must say that I'm strongly against the violent attacks being perpetrated by some youth in the region. I want to assure you that all will be over soon.
Nanya South Sani and Nimra or Ghana. Ain't you know? And I mean, say, I dare how. So, how. Monenaba, this you could tell me a Babu Fakwaya, a rabbit church in your man, so.
And we'll be doing the newspapers very soon, but let's take a story or two before. And the Ministry of Health, in collaboration with the Mental Health Authority, organized a health walk aimed at suicide prevention. Hundreds turned up in a show of solidarity to the many Ghanaians battling suicidal tendencies in depressive moods in secret. The Mental Health Authority has also provided short course to offer counseling to people contemplating the act.
Saturday's walk was to increase the awareness drive by the Mental Health Authority to reduce the worrying trend of suicide cases across the country. Hundreds of Ghanaians in the capital took part in the walk dubbed Let's Walk Ghana Out of Suicide. It began from the Elwak Sports Stadium through some streets of Accra and ended with a talk on suicide at the University of Ghana. The Chief Executive Officer of the Mental Health Authority, Dr. Akwesi Osei, who addressed the participants, attributed suicide cases to depression. He urged citizens to treat the issue of suicide with all the seriousness it deserves.
Many people have gone through traumatic experiences, and that is what has been pushing them to the suicide. Depression is a common problem. Unfortunately, it affects women more than men. We know the issues that bring about people committing suicide. We don't really address them. Anybody who attempts suicide, 95% of the chances that person has a mental health problem. Recently, with this spate of suicide, we set up a helpline so people could call in and for us to address their issues. Government must invest in mental health care. Well, thank God the government has passed a law, Mental Health Law or Mental Health Act of 2012. However, this is not being implemented fully because we are not having the financial support to implement it fully.
Chief Executive Officer of Hope Alliance Foundation, Gideon Ajaka, appealed to Ghanaians to support traumatized family relations to prevent them from taking their lives.
People are going through what we call economic trauma, relationship problems, parental pressure at home, etc. We as one people need to desist from discrimination. We need to be on the lookout for people who are traumatized and then create support for them. We also need to be out there looking for people, talking to them and see if they need help in terms of mental problems. Let's make mental health check as part of our daily routine.
SRC President of the College of Medicine, Godfred Juma, called for the establishment of well-resourced counseling centers in schools.
We believe that if each university do that, institute or embark on such programs, whereby any student having any sort of distress or depression can see a counselor, then that would help curb this.
Participants of the event lauded efforts of the ministry and called for more of such events.
And our last story, African World Airlines has confirmed it will reduce the cost of its airfare despite challenges with the depreciating currency. The announcement follows the scrapping of the 17.5% VAT that was levied on domestic airline travel. According to Joy Business, Chief Operations Officer of African World Airlines, Captain Samuel Thompson, is saying that the scrapping of the taxes was good for business.
It's good for the business. We would like to see more charges and more taxes come down, but the 70.5% of the VAT of the ticket price, the ticket price would come down, but the cedi has also depreciated, so we might not see a full 70.5% reduction in the fare, but they will definitely come down, and we are hoping that that would also make more people fly, and so we'll generate more traffic that way, and it will be good for the business to do that.
And that's it for the news. But believe me, we'll have a lot more news. We have a lot more stories updated on the front and back pages of the newspapers. And Mamavi Uswa Abwaji will be looking at the online portals, majoonline.com, City FM, and the Africa page of the BBC. We'll do all that next.